Okay, our next chore for today, took a bunch of these little trees in the back here out. There's too many of them together and we're all doing poorly. So they're big enough on the butts up for a ways here that we can use them for firewood for kindling. And then we're going to take all the branches off. Going to be using our little Evansville small forestry axe, which is my favorite little axe. Once we take all the branches off up to a certain point when they're small enough, we'll just cut off the top of it and put it in a pile, and we'll shred those through and make compost out of them. So anyway, just see how nice and easy these come off. Nice and fast. Once we get up to the top of the tree here, where it's small, like I said, we'll just cut that off, run that through the shredder, make some mulch out of it. And these leaves and branches here have all the sap and nutrient in it, so it makes really good compost. It takes about a year to break down, but it's really, really good stuff. Remember, a new crummy axe won't do the job this one does. Well, we're back for more fun. Getting ready to burn the stump out here. You saw where I cut it out here earlier with this little mini Mac here. And we cut the root off here, so we get it so the barrel fits down really good on it. And just wanted to talk for a second here about how we're going to do this. Get some charcoal here. I'm going to put this down in the middle here. Then we'll put the barrel around it, put charcoal about halfway up, and then we'll start putting the wood in. And on the outside we'll use pieces like this. This is some junk wood that I had back over here. It's really dry, it'll burn really good. And then we use the last of our old rhododendron here, put it in the middle. That starts it hot and fast. And let's just talk about the little mini Mac here for just a second. You know, these little saws are finicky, but they're powerful. And when I did a cut through this the other day, you can see these really nice long chips. That takes a lot of power, and that's only a 33cc saw. And I put a new chain on it, which cuts really good. It's actually just a little bit aggressive. Have to watch it because it'll start bouncing a little bit at times, but it's easy to control. So anyway, we'll be back here in a bit. Now if you want to really see in full length how we do this and burn these, watch some of our prior videos. We had one that was part 1 through 3, getting ready to burn, and then the last one we did is learn from the burn, and that's had really good reviews. So take a look and we'll see, and then you can go back and see how we do all this rather than we go through it all again. So we'll put this on. It fits down really nice. And we'll put in some charcoal. And we'll spread that around the perimeter. Then we'll start filling it up with pieces like this. I'll cut this a little shorter, but just to show you how. We'll put this completely around the perimeter, and then we'll use this stuff to put in the middle to get it to light off real quickly. So we'll be back when we're ready to light it off. Well, you can see it's burning pretty good already. Just a teeny bit of smoke, a little bit of green stuff in there too, but once it gets up just a little bit hotter here, we can start dumping the bigger wood in and really burn hot. So keep a clean fire. Well, we're back. Mr. Obsolete here. Well, these are the remains of the trees that we took out of the ditch and pulled out with a little garden tractor. This is all dry, dead stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to use this for kindling for our next stump burn, which we'll be doing before long. And then if you look over there, you can see the ditch is all nice and cleaned out, and all the small branches and stuff I had left over are burned up, and burning this stump out right here in a small barrel. And then these are the trees that we took out of our little orchard here. They're all close together and none of them are doing well, so we've thinned those all out. So I'll be back with the saw here, which is our favorite little partner, S55 55cc. So we'll get it warmed up and we'll be back and start cutting. Okay, what we're going to do, since this is packed in as close as I can get, but it's still a little loose here, we'll start on the ends here, just cut off little firewood slices. We'll run a slow chain speed as we cut them off. I'll get up to here, and then we'll come back over here to this side and cut off the pieces on the ends. And then we'll cut in here and finish up this cut. So get the ears on here, saw's warmed up. Well, you can see that process quickly. You can see that these things can jump around, so you got to be careful. So we'll get this all cleaned up out of the way and come back and cut up the trees. Well, we're back to cut up the cherry trees that we cut down. When we're cutting the dry wood from before, I had the small stuff on the top it's trying to kick out. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put a large one on the bottom. And we're going to put the small stuff in between. I'll put some medium-sized stuff on the top. Pack down as tightly as you can. Okay, we'll get this finished up and be right back. Okay, well, we've got it all stacked in. We got it all intertwined to keep the small stuff retained as much as we can. When you come out on the end here where the way out, these things will move around a lot when you're cutting. So what I do, I use slow chain speed, low throttle, and let it cut. And then right before I'm through cutting, I just let off the throttle on the last few bites, and it usually just drops right off. That way it's not kicking back or doing anything. So we'll get the eyes and ears on and be back with the saw. Well, the weather's getting hot, so I adjust the carb on the chain saw a little bit, and then we'll come back and cut these. Okay, well now we're down to the little stuff for kindling and stuff, and the sawbuck doesn't work good for this stuff, so Mother Nature provided us a nice holder right here. I've notched it out. I had another one, but it's under my burn barrel right now, so this is the new one. So we'll just put it in here like that, step behind it, and then we can cut it off, and just like that. I'll get my ears on in the saw and we'll start cutting. So there you can see, quick, easy, and safe, because you're standing behind here, the saw's out here, and I wouldn't be like this. Vintage saws are best.